What you are about to hear is proof that without the shadow of a doubt that these buck dancing buffoons do not have an original thought in their mind. Now the clip that I'm about to play for you is about a minute, almost 2 minutes long. Now really listen to this. He actually gets to the point about what I'm going to talk about in the address pretty early on in the video.
My name is Pastor John Amanchukwu. And in response to Representative Hakeem Jeffrey's speech, I would like to say that we need reason over rhyming. We need men with chest over men with breast. Fathers over reparations.
That part right there. I'll probably play the rest of it after I get my point out. Going back to what I said at the beginning about these buffoons and I have an original thought. Didn't that Bedbuckkken I did a video on Kendall Qualls last week say the same damn thing that he said right here about how black people need more fathers in the home, they don't need reparations? And then fast forward a few days, if that, this guy, Pastor John Amanchukwu, and that name is definitely Nigerian, comes out and says the same exact thing. Like, were y'all sharing notes? That was not an original thought at all, and it's a baseless one too. But let him continue to ramble.
Biblical justice over social justice. Diversity of thought over racialized social constraint. We need an appreciation for the unborn and not a devaluation of life. We need parental rights in education rather than the demotion of parental oversight. We need education and not indoctrination. We need the freedom of school choice and not the shackles of a one-size-fits-all educational model. We need a healthy love for our flag and not a glorifying of domestic terrorists. We need secure borders.
I find he said it interesting about domestic terrorism and something about the flag. Isn't that what those fools did on January 6th or not? Because I find it very interesting that not many want to call what happened with that what it is. Just wanted to point that out.
And not a defenseless nation. We need to send money to U.S. veterans instead of $45 billion to Ukraine. We need a president that reacts and responds instead of one that ducks and hides. We need free markets and not free stuff. We need lower gas prices and less gas lighting. We need to serve God and not be demagogues. We don't need lap dogs or Hunter Biden's laptops. We need Jesus. We need Jesus today, we need Jesus tomorrow, and we need Jesus forever.
That whole spill that he just gave sounded so damn scripted. Like, you can tell that he was reading off of something. Like, I swear this man barely even blinked. It's like, are you real or are you a damn AI? But he said a whole bunch. The only thing that really stuck out to me was when he was talking about the sending the money over to Ukraine, that 45 billion, that money, that part I did agree with. But back to the main point about the reparations. Again, that wasn't an original thought. He got that from Kendall Qualls. Remember, I spoke about him last week. And it's funny because I saw other people talk about this guy right here. And at first I thought, John Amanchukwu, are you sure it wasn't Kendall Qualls? Because Kendall Qualls was the person I remember saying this thing about black people, there need to be more black fathers and, you know, not reparations or whatever he just said, because he said the same exact thing. And when I looked into it, I was like, wow. So he used the same talking point just mere days later. So, and remember what I said, they're going to try to use that as a new talking point. So this makes number 2 that we've had some of these buck dancing idiots out here talking and saying the same exact thing of, instead of reparations, there needs to be more fathers in the home. And like, I'm gonna echo what some of my people in the chat, in the comment section was saying. They say, well, why, if that's such a concern, why not have both? Because see, the thing is, they feel like, oh, if we don't have fathers in the home, then they can't get reparations. Well, what about those who have fathers in the home? What are you going to say about that? Again, if that was a situation that needed to be tackled and it got tackled, they'll find another reason, quote unquote, to go against it. They just don't want to pay up. And this John Amanchukwu, you don't even qualify. So I don't even know why you're invoking the topic of reparations to begin with. You need to mind your tethered business. Remember, I had to tell that about that Amala Ekpunobi a couple months ago when I told her that she had to mind hers. He needs to mind his. You have no dog in this fight. So I don't know why you decided to throw your hat in the ring.